Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing another updated add-on video. This is what I get asked for constantly all the time. I do have an add-on video from like back in BFA, and I haven't really updated anything since then, but since this is the most popular thing I get asked all the time, I'm just going to do an updated guide, or updated video on the add-ons anyways. So let's go ahead and get this started. First add-on is going to be advanced interface options. This add-on basically makes your text bigger. You can also mess around with it, a bunch of different things, but the only thing I use it for personally is making the numbers bigger. Allow me to show you guys. I just hit this training dummy and you guys can see the numbers are pretty big. I could make it bigger if I really wanted to, but this works fine for me, and if it's too big it could probably get annoying. So but yeah, that's basically what this add-on does, and all you need to do is, I believe, change world text scale to whatever number you want. I have it on 2 right now. And that's pretty much what this add-on does. You can mess with it, obviously, with a bunch of different stuff, but for me, all I do is use it to change the numbers bigger, and that's strictly up to you. And that's all I use it for. Next add-on I have is called Bad Boy. This basically makes it easier to like ignore people and that type of thing. You can also block all whispers. I sometimes use it mostly for that, as PvP can get generally pretty bad. Some people are like, everybody's annoying, and sometimes I just don't want to deal with people, so I just turn off my whispers. So that's basically all there is to it. It's just, if you want to turn off your whispers, and somebody tries to whisper you, the add-on whispers back saying basically, you can't whisper me. That's all there is to it. So it's really easy, nothing too fancy about it. Next up is battleground enemies, and basically this add-on is probably one of my favorite add-ons to PvP. I feel like it's really hard to play without it. Basically all there is to it is you turn it on and you'll see the enemy names of the players on the right, and their classes, their specs, etc. You can turn off all this annoying stuff on the left if you really want to. That's up to you. But yeah, that's basically what this add-on does. You go into a battleground, you'll see the enemy's spec, their names, their class, all that stuff. It just makes it a lot easier. And also, you can even inspect their health pool by just clicking on them before the battleground ends, and you can see how people are geared. Because I get asked constantly, how do you know people are geared? Well, it's a combination of things. One, you like when you play for so long, you can judge by health points for the most part. And you can just easily click their names on the add-on and look at their health and just all that kind of stuff. So it's really, really, really easy. And if there's any add-on I recommend getting, it's probably this one the most. So, yeah. Recommend getting battleground enemies, and that's pretty much that. Next up is a add-on called capping. Unfortunately, I'm not in a background to kind of show you that, but basically what capping does is, let me see if it actually can actually bring it up. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh yeah, there it is. Capping's right here. So basically what this does is it kind of like shows you the timers, as you can see on the screen here. It's got like, imagine you're in Battlefield NAS, and it'll show you like 1 minute left of capping the flag, so you'll know how much longer to defend. Or AV, for another example, you need to defend for another like 2 minutes, etc. So that's basically what this add-on does. It's extremely useful for battlegrounds, up there with battleground enemies. That way you'll know how much longer until you need to defend a base. Or also it can also tell you if you're winning. Like another example, on AB or Battlefield NAS, you could be like 5 points short from losing or winning. It basically tells you if the other team's gonna win, etc. So it's just an extremely useful add-on, and one I highly recommend. Up next is another popular add-on I get asked about quite a lot. It's called Don't Cast, and basically what this add-on does is when somebody uses their defensive blur, turtle shell, poly bubble, dispersion, it'll show itself on the screen onto the left. And this is probably, other than battleground enemies, the one I get asked about the most. So it's very useful. It doesn't show like every defensive cooldown. There's some that it won't show no matter what. But it's, if you're blind like me sometimes, it's very, very useful for it to just pop up in your face and to know for sure, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I highly recommend this, and that's what a lot of people ask me about. It's just that easy. It'll just show you and right in your face, and that's basically it. And then you just hide it once you're done adjusting it. Up next is an add-on called Mute Sound File. This one I have a separate video on. I need to stop clicking that too close with each other. Mute Sound File. I think it's this. Yeah. So this one basically, I only use it for like my warrior class, because if you want to disable the annoying warrior yells, it's very nice to use this add-on to just like it. I'm sure a lot of people don't use sound in their in-game. When they're playing in-game, they listen to music, and that's fine if you don't have to use this if you don't want to. But if you want to get rid of specific annoying sounds, you can do that with this add-on. I have a video that's separate that can kind of explain it, because it is kind of complicated to remove some of the sounds from it. But yeah, so that's pretty much what this add-on does, and that's basically it. It's not really required or anything, obviously, but it's just strictly up to you. Next up is nameplate cooldowns, and what this does is it basically tells you when their cooldowns are up. Like, say for example, if a paladin doesn't have a bubble up, their cooldowns will show over the nameplates here, and once it disappears from the nameplates, it means they have it up. Or if it doesn't even show on nameplates, it means they have it up. So that's basically what the add-on does. It's extremely useful to know if a paladin has anything up. Well, a paladin's an example, but you basically know what I mean. Any class has anything up. So it's extremely useful, and I would recommend getting it if you don't have it. Up next is an add-on called Tell Me When. Basically what I use this for is to track DRs, and mostly on like stuns. So if you want to track DRs, Tell Me When will basically tell you when the DRs are up. All you have to do is just pick diminishing returns, which is right here, what to track, and then you just type in play or your stun, whatever it is, player, you know, all that stuff. Basically you can mess around with it and do whatever you want, but you kind of get the point. Basically, it tracks all this, whatever you want, if that makes any sense. So it's basically a really, really nice add-on to track DRs and stuff. Up next is tidy plates, and that's basically the nameplates you see right here. That's pretty much all there is to it. It's just nameplates. I use tidy plates that combine with nameplate cooldowns, and it makes it a lot easier for me to see. So that's basically it. And last but not least is weak auras. Right now these are my weak aura. I haven't really updated anything. I'm gonna be honest, none of the other than the stats weak aura, these ones I don't even use anymore. So the Tear Frost is obviously going. Yeah, I have like no other weak auras basically that right now other than the stats. So that's all of my add-ons, guys. If you have any more questions, let me know, and hopefully this answers your questions, and I'll see you guys later.